Welcome, adventurers and history enthusiasts, to a journey through time. I'll be your guide as we explore the hidden corners of our past. In this series, we'll uncover the mysteries of lost civilizations that once thrived but have since vanished, leaving behind only tantalizing clues. We'll hunt for legendary treasures that have eluded seekers for centuries, their whereabouts still unknown. And we'll revisit forgotten playing fields, where ancient athletes once competed in sports that have long since faded into obscurity. From the depths of unexplored jungles to the dusty pages of history books, we'll piece together the puzzles of our ancestors' lives. We'll marvel at their ingenuity, ponder their downfall, and perhaps learn a thing or two about our own civilization along the way. So buckle up and prepare to be amazed. Whether you're a history buff, a treasure hunter at heart, or simply curious about the world that came before us, there's something here for everyone. Let's embark on this thrilling adventure into the past.
Welcome, adventure seekers and history enthusiasts. Today we're embarking on a thrilling journey through time to explore some of the world's most captivating lost treasures. So, let's dive into the mysterious world of lost treasures and uncover the fascinating stories behind them. 1. The Lost Treasure of the Knights Templar. Our first stop takes us to medieval Europe and the enigmatic Knights Templar. This powerful religious and military order amassed immense wealth during the Crusades, but their treasure vanished when the order was dissolved in 1307. Some theories suggest that the Templars' treasure was hidden in Rosslyn Chapel in Scotland, inspiring parts of Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code. 2. The Treasure of Lima. In 1820, as Peru fought for independence from Spain, a vast treasure was entrusted to British Captain William Thompson for safekeeping. However, Thompson turned pirate and absconded with the loot, reportedly burying it on Cocos Island off Costa Rica. The treasure is estimated to be worth $208 million today and has inspired numerous expeditions, including one by President Franklin D. Roosevelt before he took office. 3. The Amber Room. Often described as the eighth wonder of the world, the Amber Room was a chamber decorated with amber panels backed with gold leaf, given to Peter the Great in 1716. The room was looted by Nazi forces during World War II and has never been seen since. A full-scale reconstruction of the Amber Room was completed in 2003 at the Catherine Palace near St. Petersburg, Russia, taking over 20 years and costing more than $11 million. 4. The Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine. This legendary gold mine is supposedly hidden in the Superstition Mountains of Arizona. It's named after German immigrant Jakob Waltz, who allegedly discovered the mine in the 19th century, but took its location to his grave. The area has claimed the lives of over 600 people who have died or disappeared while searching for the mine, adding to its mystique. 5. The Treasure of the San Miguel. In 1551, the Spanish galleon San Miguel sank off the coast of Ecuador with a vast treasure of gold, silver, and jewels. Despite numerous attempts, the wreck and its valuable cargo remain undiscovered. The ship was said to be carrying the personal wealth of Atahualpa, the last Incan emperor, making it one of the richest treasure ships in history. 6. Blackbeard's Treasure. The infamous pirate Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard, terrorized the Caribbean and eastern coast of North America in the early 18th century. While he amassed considerable wealth, the location of his buried treasure remains a mystery. Blackbeard was known to burn hemp beneath his ship to create an intimidating smokescreen, adding to his fearsome reputation. 7. The Oak Island Money Pit. Located off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada, the Oak Island Money Pit has been the subject of numerous excavations since its discovery in 1795. The pit's intricate flood trap system has thwarted all attempts to reach the supposed treasure at its bottom. Theories about what might be hidden in the money pit range from pirate treasure to Shakespeare's original manuscripts and even the Holy Grail. 8. Montezuma's treasure. Legend has it that when Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés and his men arrived in Tenochtitlan, modern-day Mexico City, in 1519, Aztec Emperor Montezuma II ordered his gold to be hidden. The location of this vast treasure remains unknown. Some believe the treasure is hidden in a secret cave system in the mountains of Utah, brought there by Aztecs fleeing the Spanish. 9. The treasure of the Flor de la Mar. The Portuguese carrack Flor de la Mar sank off the coast of Sumatra in 1511, carrying one of the largest treasure hauls ever lost at sea. The ship was overloaded with the spoils of war from the conquest of Malacca, including the personal fortune of Alfonso de Albuquerque. The ship's cargo is estimated to be worth over $2.6 billion in today's value, making it one of the most valuable wrecks yet to be found. 10. The lost treasure of King John. In 1216, King John of England was travelling with his royal treasure when his baggage train was caught in a flood while crossing the Wash, an estuary on England's east coast. The treasure, including the crown jewels of England, was lost and never recovered. The loss of this treasure is said to have contributed to King John's death from dysentery shortly after, as the devastated king allegedly gorged himself on peaches and cider in his despair. 11. Yamashita's gold. During World War II, Japanese forces allegedly buried vast amounts of treasure looted from Southeast Asia in caves and tunnels in the Philippines. This treasure, named after General Tomoyuki Yamashita, has been the subject of numerous treasure hunts. Some conspiracy theories suggest that the CIA recovered much of this treasure and used it to fund covert operations during the Cold War. 12. The Lost Library of Ivan the Terrible. Tsar Ivan IV of Russia, known as Ivan the Terrible, is said to have inherited a vast library of gold-covered books and scrolls from his grandmother, Sophia Paleologa. The library mysteriously disappeared during his reign and has never been found. Some historians believe the library may contain lost works of classical literature and even the original manuscript of Plato's dialogues. 13. The Lost Treasure of the Copper Scroll. One of the Dead Sea Scrolls, known as the Copper Scroll, contains a list of 64 locations where vast amounts of gold and silver are supposedly hidden. However, the cryptic nature of the descriptions has prevented the treasure from being found. Unlike the other Dead Sea Scrolls, the Copper Scroll was written on metal rather than parchment, suggesting its contents were considered especially valuable. 14. The treasure of Jean Lafitte. Jean Lafitte was a French pirate and privateer who operated in the Gulf of Mexico in the early 19th century. He's believed to have amassed a considerable fortune, which he supposedly buried somewhere along the Gulf Coast. Lafitte played a crucial role in the American victory at the Battle of New Orleans in 1815, earning a pardon for his piracy from President James Madison. 15. The Lost Fabergé Eggs. Of the 50 imperial Fabergé eggs created for the Russian Tsars, 8 remain missing. These exquisite jeweled eggs, worth millions each, disappeared during the Russian Revolution, and their whereabouts remain unknown. In 2014, a scrap metal dealer in the American Midwest discovered he had purchased one of the lost eggs at a flea market for $14,000. It was later valued at $33 million. 16. The Lost Treasure of the Beale Ciphers. In the 1880s, a series of 3 encrypted messages known as the Beale Ciphers were published, allegedly revealing the location of a buried treasure worth millions. While one of the ciphers has been solved, the crucial cipher describing the treasure's location remains unbroken. Many cryptographers believe the Beale ciphers to be an elaborate hoax, but this hasn't stopped treasure hunters from searching for the supposed buried riches. 17. The Crown Jewels of Ireland. The Irish crown jewels, including a heavily jeweled star and badge regalia of the Order of St. Patrick, were stolen from Dublin Castle in 1907. Despite extensive investigations, the jewels were never recovered. The theft remains one of Ireland's most famous unsolved crimes, with theories ranging from an inside job to a political heist by Irish nationalists. 18. The Treasure of the Melanesia. The SS Melanesia sank off the coast of New Zealand in 1886, allegedly carrying a large shipment of gold coins. While the wreck has been located, the treasure has never been found. Some theories suggest that the gold was secretly offloaded before the ship's final voyage, explaining why salvage attempts have been unsuccessful. 19. Genghis Khan's tomb. The final resting place of Mongol leader Genghis Khan is one of history's greatest mysteries. Legend has it that his tomb contains immense treasures, but its location remains unknown. According to legend, a river was diverted over Genghis Khan's grave to prevent it from being found, and the slaves who built the tomb were killed to keep its location secret. 20. The Lost Treasure of the Alamo. Before the famous Battle of the Alamo in 1836, a vast treasure was allegedly hidden within the walls of the mission to prevent it from falling into Mexican hands. Despite numerous searches, no treasure has ever been found. Some believe the treasure may have been moved to the San Antonio River before the battle and could still be hidden somewhere in the city. So the next time you hear about a lost treasure, remember that its value goes far beyond gold and jewels. It's a thread that connects us to our past, a mystery that challenges our present, and a dream that inspires our future. And who knows? Maybe one day, one of these legendary lost treasures will finally be found, rewriting history and proving once again that truth can indeed be stranger and more valuable than fiction.
We now change course with a look through time to explore sports that once captivated audiences but have since faded into obscurity. These forgotten games offer a unique glimpse into the cultures, values, and lifestyles of our ancestors. 1. Pankration. We begin our tour in ancient Greece with pankration, a brutal combination of boxing and wrestling. This no-holds-barred combat sport was introduced to the Olympic Games in 648 BCE. The only rules in pankration were no biting and no gouging of eyes, nose, or mouth. Everything else, including choking and breaking fingers, was fair game. 2. Naumachia. Moving to ancient Rome, we encounter Naumachia, full-scale naval battle reenactments. These spectacular events were staged in massive artificial lakes or flooded amphitheaters. For one Naumachia, Emperor Claudius had a lake drained and then refilled just for the event. It involved 19,000 combatants on 100 ships. 3. Mesoamerican ball game. This ancient sport, played by the Olmecs, Mayans, and Aztecs, involved hitting a rubber ball through stone hoops using only hips and knees. The game had deep religious significance, and in some cases, the losing team's captain, or sometimes the entire team, would be sacrificed to the gods. 4. Venatio, another Roman spectacle. Venatio involved staged hunts and fights between animals or between humans and exotic beasts. To satisfy the public's desire for novelty, Romans imported increasingly exotic animals. One event featured the slaughter of 9,000 animals, including hippos and crocodiles. 5. Mob football. This medieval precursor to modern football involved entire villages competing to move a ball to a predetermined goal, often miles away. These games were so violent and disruptive that they were banned by English kings at least 30 times between 1314 and 1667. 6. Quinton, a medieval training exercise for jousting. Quinton involved striking a rotating target with a lance while on horseback. If the rider didn't clear the target quickly enough after striking it, they risked being hit by the rotating arm on the opposite side. 7. Harpastum. This Roman ball game was similar to rugby and involved two teams trying to get a small ball over the opposing team's boundary line. Julius Caesar was said to be an avid player of harpastum, using it to keep his troops fit during military campaigns. 8. Cuju. An ancient Chinese ball game, Cuju is considered by FIFA to be the earliest form of football. During the Tang dynasty, there was a female Cuju team at the imperial court, making it one of the earliest recorded instances of women's football. 9. Chariot racing. This dangerous and exciting sport was immensely popular in ancient Rome and the Byzantine Empire. The largest chariot racing venue, the Circus Maximus in Rome, could hold up to 250,000 spectators, more than any modern sports stadium. 10. Gladiatorial combat. Perhaps the most famous of ancient Roman sports, gladiatorial combat pitted warriors against each other or against wild animals. Not all gladiatorial combats were to the death. Skilled gladiators were valuable commodities and often fought many battles over their careers. 11. Pistol dueling. In the 18th and 19th centuries, dueling with pistols was considered a legitimate way to defend one's honor. Pistol dueling was briefly an Olympic event in 1906, but participants shot at dummies dressed in frock coats rather than each other. 12. Singlestick. This martial art involved fighting with wooden sticks and was popular in the Royal Navy as a way to train for cutlass fighting. Singlestick was an Olympic sport in the 1904 Games. The objective was to draw blood from the opponent's head, leading to its nickname Tipper and Clapper, due to the sound of stick hitting stick and then head. 13. Quoits. Similar to horseshoes, quoits involved throwing metal rings onto a spike in the ground. In some versions of the game, players would aim for a living target, a small dog that was trained to catch the quoit mid-air. 14. Barrel jumping. This winter sport involved skating at high speed and jumping over rows of barrels on ice. The world record for barrel jumping was set in 1964 by Yvon Jolan of Canada, who cleared 18 barrels, a distance of nearly 30 feet. 15. Club swinging. This gymnastic sport involved swinging and twirling heavy Indian clubs in complex patterns. Club swinging was part of the Olympics in 1904 and 1932. Competitors were judged on the difficulty and grace of their routines. 16. Indian club exercises. Related to club swinging, these exercises involved swinging weighted clubs in patterns to build strength and flexibility. These exercises were so popular in the Victorian era that Indian club was briefly used as a slang term meaning excellent or first-rate. 17. Rope climbing. While still practiced in some gymnastics programs, rope climbing was once an Olympic sport. In the 1896 Olympics, athletes had to climb a 14-meter rope using only their hands. The event was completed in silence to allow the athletes to concentrate. 18. Tug of war. This simple test of strength was an Olympic sport from 1900 to 1920. In the 1908 Olympics, the British police team won gold by defeating the Liverpool Police Club in the final, making it one of the few times a country has competed against itself for gold. 19. Plunge for distance. This unusual swimming event involved diving into the pool and gliding underwater without moving for 60 seconds or until surfacing. The world record for this event, set in 1938, stands at 86 feet 8 inches. The sport favored heavier athletes who could maintain momentum longer. 20. All-round dumbbell contest. This weightlifting event tested athletes' strength and endurance through a series of dumbbell exercises. This event was only held once in the Olympics, in 1904. The gold medal was won by Oscar Osthoff, who later became a professional wrestler. 21. Ski joring with horses. This winter sport involved a person on skis being pulled by a horse or dogs. Ski joring was a demonstration sport at the 1928 Winter Olympics in St. Moritz, Switzerland. While no longer in the Olympics, it's still practiced in some parts of the world. 22. Motorboarding. Also known as aquaplaning, this involved being towed behind a motorboat while standing on a board. Motorboarding was popular in the 1920s and often featured in silent films of the era. It's considered a precursor to modern water skiing. As we look to the future, it's intriguing to consider which of our current popular sports might one day join this list of extinct activities. Just as changing technology, social norms, and safety concerns led to the decline of these historical sports, similar factors could affect the sports we enjoy today. In conclusion, these extinct sports offer us more than just a curiosity or a glimpse into the past. They provide valuable insights into the cultures that created them, the evolution of human physical activity, and the changing nature of competition and entertainment. They remind us that the world of sports, like all aspects of human culture, is in a constant state of flux, adapting to new technologies, values, and possibilities. In the end, whether a sport survives for millennia or fades away after a brief moment in the spotlight, each one tells a story about the people who played it and the world they lived in. And in that sense, no sport is ever truly extinct as long as we remember and learn from its history. Let's explore lost civilizations that once thrived but have since vanished into the mists of history. 1. The Indus Valley Civilization. Flourishing between 3300–1300 BCE in what is now Pakistan and northwest India, the Indus Valley Civilization was one of the world's earliest urban cultures. This sophisticated society boasted advanced city planning with grid-like streets, multi-story buildings, and complex drainage systems that were unparalleled for their time. They featured large public baths, granaries, and defensive walls, suggesting a highly organized society. The Indus people were skilled craftsmen, producing intricate jewelry, pottery, and toys. Despite its sophistication, including advanced urban planning and a writing system, the Indus script remains undeciphered, leaving much of their culture shrouded in mystery. Over 4,000 seals with this script have been discovered, but linguists are still unable to crack the code. 2. The Mayan civilization. The Maya dominated Mesoamerica for over 3,000 years before their mysterious decline around 900 CE. They built impressive city-states across southern Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and parts of Honduras and El Salvador. Each city was a center of culture and commerce, often featuring grand pyramids, palaces, and ball courts. The Maya excelled in mathematics, developing the concept of zero independently of other civilizations. They were also accomplished astronomers and created a complex calendar system that was remarkably accurate. The Maya were skilled astronomers who accurately predicted solar eclipses and developed a complex calendar system that extended well beyond our current era. Their long count calendar, which ended a cycle in December 2012, sparked modern doomsday predictions. 3. The Khmer Empire. Centered in modern-day Cambodia, the Khmer Empire ruled much of Southeast Asia from the 9th to 15th centuries. At its peak, it covered much of mainland Southeast Asia, including parts of modern-day Thailand, Laos, and southern Vietnam. The empire's crowning achievement was the city of Angkor, home to the magnificent Angkor Wat temple complex. Angkor Wat is the largest religious monument in the world, covering an area of 162.6 hectares. The Khmer were master hydraulic engineers, creating a vast network of reservoirs, canals, and irrigation systems to control water for agriculture and city life. The empire's capital was the largest pre-industrial urban center in the world, spanning an area roughly the size of modern-day Los Angeles. 4. The Minoan civilization. This Bronze Age civilization flourished on the island of Crete from around 3000 to 1100 BCE. The Minoans were named after the legendary King Minos by archaeologist Sir Arthur Evans, who excavated the palace at Knossos in the early 20th century. The Minoans were a seafaring people, engaging in extensive trade throughout the Mediterranean. They built magnificent palaces known as labyrinths due to their complex layout, which served as administrative centers, storage facilities, and hubs of artistic and religious life. Minoan art, particularly their colorful frescoes, provides insight into their daily life and religious practices. They may have been the inspiration for Plato's story of Atlantis, with some scholars suggesting that the eruption of Thera, Santorini, led to their decline. This massive volcanic eruption, one of the largest in recorded history, may have caused tsunamis and climate changes that devastated Minoan civilization. 5. The Nabatean Kingdom. The Nabateans were an ancient Arab civilization that thrived in modern-day Jordan from the 4th century BCE to 106 CE. They were skilled traders, controlling the lucrative incense trade routes between Arabia and the Mediterranean. The Nabateans are best known for their capital city, Petra, carved into rose-colored cliffs. This rose city features over 800 monuments, including tombs, temples, and a 4,000-seat amphitheater. The most famous structure is Al-Khazna, or the Treasury, a massive facade standing 39.6 meters high. They created a water conduit system in their capital, Petra, that reduced water loss to evaporation by 90%, a feat that would be impressive even by today's standards. 6. The Olmec civilization, considered the mother culture of Mesoamerica. The Olmec flourished from 1500 to 400 BCE in the tropical lowlands of south-central Mexico. They built the first cities in North America and developed many ideas and technologies that were adopted and further developed by later Mesoamerican civilizations. The Olmecs are known for their distinctive art style, particularly their colossal stone heads. These heads, carved from massive basalt boulders, are thought to represent Olmec rulers. The Olmecs also created intricate jade figurines and were likely the first Mesoamerican civilization to use a writing system. The created massive stone heads weighed up to 50 tons and were transported over large distances without the use of the wheel or beasts of burden. 7. The Aksumite Empire. This ancient kingdom ruled parts of modern-day Eritrea and Ethiopia from 100 to 940 CE. Aksum was a major naval and trading power, controlling much of the trade between ancient India and the Roman Empire through the Red Sea. The Aksumites were known for their impressive stelae, or obelisks, the tallest being 33 meters high. These monoliths were intricately carved to resemble multi-storied buildings. The empire also minted its own gold, silver, and bronze coins, a sign of its economic power and sophistication. Aksum was the first major empire to convert to Christianity, and is said to house the Ark of the Covenant in the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion. The Ark is said to have been brought to Aksum by Menelik I, the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, according to Ethiopian tradition. 8. The Moche Civilization. The Moche inhabited the north coast of Peru between 100 and 800 CE. They built impressive pyramid temples known as huacas, the largest being Huaca del Sol, which used an estimated 50 million adobe bricks in its construction. The Moche were skilled metalworkers, creating elaborate gold and silver jewelry and ceremonial items. They also developed sophisticated irrigation systems, allowing them to farm in the arid coastal environment. The Moche created some of the most realistic and expressive pottery portraits in the ancient world, providing us with a unique glimpse into their appearance and daily life. These portrait vessels depict a wide range of human emotions and conditions, including disease and physical abnormalities. 9. The Mycenaean Civilization. This was the first advanced civilization to develop on mainland Greece, flourishing between 1600 and 1100 BCE. The Mycenaeans were warriors, traders, and artists who laid the foundations for classical Greek culture. They built impressive citadels with massive stone walls, including the famous Lion Gate at Mycenae. The Mycenaeans were also the first Greeks to develop a writing system known as Linear B, which was deciphered in 1952 and shown to be an early form of Greek. They built incredible beehive tombs called tholoi, with the largest, the treasury of Atreus, standing 13.5 meters high and 14.5 meters in diameter. 10. The Hittite Empire. The Hittites were a powerful civilization in ancient Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, from 1600 to 1178 BCE. They built a formidable empire that rivaled ancient Egypt, even fighting the Egyptians to a stalemate at the Battle of Kadesh in 1274 BCE. The Hittites were skilled diplomats, and many of their treaties have survived, providing insight into ancient international relations. They were also known for their advanced legal codes, which were notably humane for their time. The Hittites were pioneers in iron working, giving them a significant military advantage over their bronze-using contemporaries. They guarded the secrets of iron production jealously, contributing to their military dominance in the region. 11. The Sangsingdui Civilization. This mysterious Bronze Age culture existed in modern-day Sichuan, China from about 2000 to 1200 BCE. The culture was unknown until 1929 when a local farmer accidentally discovered jade and stone artifacts while repairing a sewage ditch. Excavations have revealed a sophisticated civilization with advanced bronze working techniques. The most striking finds are large bronze masks and heads with protruding eyes and unusual features, unlike anything else found in ancient Chinese art. The Sangsingdui produced intricate bronze masks with protruding eyes and unusual designs, unlike anything else found in ancient Chinese art. Some of these masks are over a meter tall and weigh more than 100 kilograms, suggesting they may have been used in rituals or mounted on large statues. Thanks for watching.